These are two compressors you should learn how to use, right? Because let's say you do make a song that blows up, it changes your life. Most artist presets suck because there's too many options. This is what I sound like with no preset. No preset, baby, no preset, baby, no preset. And this is what I sound like with a preset. Girl, why you playing with my heart like you the only one you want? But I'm gonna show you how to make that yourself. If you don't like auto-tune, skip this part. You don't need auto, all right? If you like auto-tune, use auto-tune. If you don't. So now what we can do is to make it a little bit better. There's plugins that make this easier for us, but we're gonna use this EQ and we're gonna roll off just a little bit because we're using a USB mic. We're not using a studio quality mic, right? So if we do too much rolling off of a low end, it just makes it sound weird, right? That's kind of like the biggest issue when you download presets that you get from the internet, that you buy. Presets, everything is set to whatever they did, and most people don't change it. And this is why they suck, right? You need to change the bands sometimes because your voice might not need to be rolled off at 121, right? Most people presets suck because they think like, hey, I gotta roll off a certain number. No, your voice is gonna be different. Now I'm gonna run the EQ into a compressor. So in studio workflow, we have to just remember it, right? People record through 2As, they record through 1176s, distressors, tool techs, whatever, right? Waves, they have the 2A and they have a 76 and they have a 3A. So you can record through a 76. You hear how that makes my vocal just pop out a little bit more to the front of everything, right? Only catch is we got to figure out how much reduction that we want to get. See, me, it's easy. You just go through and just click on something. It sounds good, all right? That's pretty much a little quick, little cheat code because the plugins have presets in from people that made the plugins. You see what I'm saying? And you see how sometimes one might sound better than the other. Then we can go back behind it with a 2A, right? And on peak reduction, you see when I move it more to the right, you hear how my vocal kind of like gets squashed. You see what I'm saying? So we can bring that back just a little bit. We don't have to overdo it, right? So like you hear that? Typically people will come behind that with a de-esser, right? Me, I do the wide and then I'll just bring this down to where like it'll hit when anytime I do like the S's, because that's usually like one thing for me. Like me personally, I know my S's be sharp. So I have to hit the de-esser in a certain way, right? Because I just know me. So you might not have to hit the de-esser as hard because your S is not rolling off like that, right? Then what I'm doing over here is making my preset not suck or my vocals not suck is because I'm peaking like at -9 dBs, if that. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm staying within a good range, so my vocals are cool. So you can't blame it on the fact that you have a USB mic or you don't have a $2,000 microphone or a $10,000 microphone. It's literally, hey, setting levels, using the plugins like you would in a studio setup, right? You see what I'm saying? So now we take this and now we route it over to some other track, right? So we can put some reverb here. Just leave it on a stop pre on our verb and just go over here. Now we have more control and we're not overusing plugins, right? You see what I'm saying? So like we can adjust the reverb, the settings pretty much however you want. This is not a video that's gonna be perfect for everyone, right? This is literally showing you it don't take much. So let's say we want delay to record with, or we want to have it somewhere. Okay, what is the waves one? What is this H delay? So let's go find H delay, right? So we got H delay here. We just click back on our track, bust that over. Right? And do this right here. If we want ping pong, we choose ping pong. We turn the feedback down, the wet dry down a little bit. If you want the little extra little noise off, because analog, all of this is a little noise on here, right? We can link these. We can do this. I could do host. So now, whatever the BPM of the session is, it's gonna change. See, 143, 143. That's why that's very important. So if I want to do me, I like half notes, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. Why you acting like you the only one that want me? Girl, you know you ain't the only one that want me. These hoes, they be at a nigga neck. You know these hoes, they be at a nigga neck. Why you acting like you the only one that want me? Girl, you know you ain't the only one that want me. These hoes, they be at a nigga neck. You know these hoes, they be at a nigga neck. Let's say you don't like how that sounds. It's a beautiful thing. You can always go and adjust what you need. So let's say you need to add more air. You add more air. You need to take away air, take some out, right? You need to turn this back up. Cool. You need to smooth this one back out a little bit more here, or you need to roll it in a little bit more here. You go back and do that. Having a recording chain or a preset doesn't mean just having one preset you use every single time. The preset is really just going to be your plugins that you love to use, like your favorite plugins that you know how to use, so you're able to manipulate your vocals how you see fit, right? Because regardless, these are two compressors you should learn how to use, right? Because let's say you do make a song that blows up, it changes your life. Every studio you go in that's a professional recording studio, you're gonna see a 76 and you're probably gonna see a 28, right? If you don't see one, you're probably gonna see the other. If the output is too loud, right? Like that might be too loud, that's giving me more of a hotter signal, right? You can turn that down. It's not a sin to turn it down. You see what I'm saying? Like, we could pretty much do whatever we want to do if we understand why we're doing it, right? If you can't explain why you're doing something, you might need to look into that, right? Because I know people just pick up habits and do things, but you have to understand why you're doing it. If you like it because when you do it, it sounds good, it feels good, cool. That's reason enough. There's not a right or a wrong way. It's just like what works and what doesn't. You see what I'm saying? And what works for someone else might not work for you, right? This just applies to life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to just look at things. We need to make sure everything is cool. So it's like levels. You can't go wrong with levels. That's why I obsess over the levels. So it's like anything that I'm not clipping digitally in this digital world, I'm cool. Like, long as I'm in the good green. See, like, if I peak up, right, 6, like, I get in that little weird color, that might be cool, right? As long as I'm not hitting 3, right? But if that fails, it's like, okay, I could just go back in here and turn this down, right? Turn the gain down, right? Go back up a little bit more. Or I move back further away from the microphone, right? Because the proximity effect is a real thing. So like if I'm gonna be up close to the microphone, you hear how distorted that is? No matter how good the vocal chain is, like you heard, it's a big difference. If I record, like watch this. Watch it, right? Watch it. Watch it, right? Like recording too close to the mic is crazy. Okay. Yeah. I got a good preset, but I'ma record close to the microphone. I don't really give a fuck what the volume on. Yeah. So like, I watch this. Like if I bring this down here, right? I hit play. Watch this. Yeah. I got a good preset, but I'ma record close to the microphone. I don't really give a fuck what the volume on. Yeah. Like you hear that? That's a big difference from the first take, right? And it's really just off. Girl, you know you ain't the only one that want me. These hoes, they be at a nigga neck. Same vocal chain. The only thing that changed was I'm closer to the microphone, right? But if I started yelling, if I start yelling, that's gonna distort a little bit more, right? Then, like, same preset, because people just love to blame it on, let's try something else, because, you know, people love to blame it on the microphone or just having a bad preset, right? It's like human error fucks with your vocal chains and your presets, right? So watch this. I can be back here. Shawty know, shawty really cold, really bold. I just pulled another four, popped the perk, went and like whatever. All right, so I just bring this down, and it's gonna sound different. What is it? Shawty know, shawty really cold, really bold. I just pulled another four, popped the perk, went So that one has more of a natural room reverb because I'm further away from the microphone, right? So it's picking up the reverberation of my voice all at the same time because I'm in a room. You see what I'm saying? Like, all of this matters, you know? Like, this is why most people presets suck. 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be, hey, you're not understanding what your vocal chain is, what it's doing. It might be overcomplicating things, right? Or you might be very inconsistent with how you record. Like, watch this. I'm a rapper, I'm a trapper, not an actor. I'm a rapper, I'm a trapper, not an actor. I'm a rapper, not a trapper, not an actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, very inconsistent with that, right? And it's gonna sound weird, right? Well, I'm a rapper, I'm a trapper, not an actor. I'm a rapper, I'm a trapper, not an actor. Right? And only thing that changed wasn't the preset. It was how I was using the preset, right? So it's like how we use things matters.